expectations really are always in plenty when it comes to budget and governments, and whether it is the interim or the full budget, there's always a lot that is expected from it. Rajiv Desai is also joining us on the show. We've got Sundar Balakrishnan also. I just want to go across to both our guests before we also go across to our reporters in just a bit. Rajiv Desai, what are you expecting from the budget?
Well, I don't, what is there to expect? It has to be a vote on account according to the Constitution. If this is the final year of a government, whether it's elected back or not is not the issue, but it's the final year of their term, and all they can do is present an interim budget. They cannot, because let's assume they're no longer in government. How will, they cannot bequeath their legacy to another government. So I think it has to be a vote on account budget, which is constitutionally mandated. Anything else, if they try to do, will be, poking fun at the Constitution. And they're better off doing a vote on account budget. No, but there is a precedent for it, Rajiv Desai. Let me bring in Sundar also. But there's a precedent for what you're talking about, Rajiv Desai. P. Chidambaram, as the finance minister, has done it in his interim budget before 2014. Pranab Mukherjee has done it in 2009 and 10. Certain key tax slabs and other tax issues have been addressed in interim budget. So, yeah, I mean, at the offset, if there is some relief for the middle class or for the salaried class, Rajiv Desai, why should you not welcome that? Why relief? Why relief? This is an economy that's growing at 7.5% or 8 or whatever it is. Everything is hunky-dory. India is respected in the world. Why does the middle class need relief? Let them do an interim budget. Let them do a vote on account budget. I mean, I don't know about what Chidambaram did and others did, but I'm talking about the reality today is that the government is the government has been telling us everything.
No, you're highly cynical this morning, Rajiv Desai. So let me just quickly get in Sundar's word also. Sundar, I already see that there is going to be a flashpoint if at all there is some tax relief announced. It's skeptical. But will it be fair for the Congress party or anybody to oppose it, because they've done it in the past in interim budgets?
Yeah, see, Shivani, I'll tell you one thing. Please. See, they have done it in the past. I agree with you. I'll tell you one thing. They have done it in the past, and I will welcome any sops that are given to the farmers, the middle class, because middle class is the one who has suffered the most, and we have been supporting the demonetization and all these things that we have done, but we have not got anything. But let me tell you what is going to happen, because, they will be coming out with a lot of sops in this budget. But when this government is going to taking over in the month of May, what is going to happen is, these people are not going to get the majority. And it is going to be very difficult for the allies of NDA, allies of BJP, to convince them. And it is going to straight away going to be very difficult for the Modi government to convince their allies, because Modi is going to have a lot of allies as compared to 2014. And what is going to happen is the majority which they are saying that they will get, but according to me, they will not get majority. They will, BJP alone will not get more between, they will get between 180 to 200 and not more than that. In fact,
none of us can predict anything. Let's not get into crystal ball mode right now. Let's focus on what we can expect and what are the key issues. There are obviously issues that the government is facing. Let me also go across to our Republic Bharat newsroom. My colleague Sohail.
Expectations.
Yes, my colleague Sohail is joining us. And Sohail, of course, some of the key issues, even as I introduced Bijon Mishra, consumer expert, and also Syed Ali Abbas on the show. Some of the key issues before the budget are, of course, the much talked about agrarian crisis, farm crisis. It seems the government really does need to do a little bit more on that. I'm not so sure how much they can do in an interim budget. But the biggest expectation right now is about tax cut for the middle class, the salaried class.
Yeah, exactly. But what I personally feel, it is going to be the election budget. And government will focus on the farmers because, as you know, government had lost Rajasthan election, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh election. So what I personally feel, government will focus on the farmers and government will increase the budget on the Ayushman Bharat Yojana, and other than that, government will focus on the middle class. And what I personally feel, as the opposition is targeting on the employment, so government is going to focus on the employment also, and there might be increase in the budget on the Mudra loan also. मुझे लगता है इसके अलावा और भी कई चीजें, जैसे राहुल गांधी पहले कह चुके हैं कि न्यूनतम आय की बात कर चुके हैं राहुल गांधी। गवर्नमेंट के जहन में ये भी रहने वाला है कि किसानों की कैसे आय बढ़ाई जाए, कैसे उनकी लागत कम की जाए, किसानों को राहत दी जाए, और चुनाव का बजट होने वाला है ये। इसके अलावा मुझे लगता है कि मिडिल क्लास में टैक्स स्लैब को लेकर गवर्नमेंट कुछ सोच रही होगी बेशक, और टैक्स स्लैब के अलावा रोजगार जो सबसे बड़ा इशू है, जो अपोजिशन लगातार सरकार को घेरता रहा है, रोजगार के क्षेत्र में मुझे लगता है मुद्रा लोन पर फोकस होगा, मुद्रा लोन का बजट बढ़ाया जा सकता है। और बड़ी बात यह है कि बहुत ज्यादा कुछ करने को है नहीं बजट में, लेकिन फिर भी यह माना जा रहा है क्या किसानों के लिए राहत पैकेज हो सकता है, कुछ हजार करोड़ गवर्नमेंट और किसानों के लिए निकाल सकती है, क्योंकि चुनाव के साथ कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना सरकार के लिए कुछ मुश्किल हो सकता है। और मुझे लगता है इसके अलावा जी
I just want to go across to some of our other guests also joining us. Bijon Mishra, what do you expect? I mean, the biggest expectation, as I said, is on tax relief, because, you know, it's been almost 2 years of the GST. The government has talked much about how the tax net has increased, the total tax pays have increased, and of course the middle class expects a cut, isn't it? Because they've been, as Sundar also said, they've taken the burden of several schemes of the government as well.
As it is going to be a big opportunity for BJP government, the present government, NDA government, to come out with a budget which would be pro middle class, it will be pro poor, it will be pro farmers. I'm expecting that they will show certain ingenuity in terms of what they have lost out. They will try to make up in that last lap which they're going to have now. And I'm sure it is going to be very, very interesting for us today to watch, you know, how this budget is going to be presented in terms of what they want to fulfill, which they have not been able to do till now. And the citizens are having very high expectations. You see, Shivani, the citizens feel that, especially the middle class, the senior citizens, they all expect some very great announcements coming out today, and including the farmers. So as I heard one of your from the newsroom, there's going to be a huge focus on, you know, healthcare, the universal health coverage, the Ayushman Bharat. The budget for healthcare is going to increase, 100% is going to increase, and I also feel that there will be NABARD like institutions will get a lot of, you know, support for the farmers, and there will be a lot of you know, support in terms of investments for entrepreneurs, especially startups, to create employment. NREGA is going to get, I feel NREGA will have a higher budget allocation in this budget now. So there are several such expectations we are having from Modi government, and I'm sure they will not disappoint us, and I'm sure they will take this as a big opportunity to come before the citizens.
There's always a litany of expectations. But let's focus, let's remember the fact that it is an interim budget. I mean, I know this is coming before general elections, and of course the government will try to do its best to please everyone, but it is not really always possible in an interim budget. I just want to go across. I request Lalita